It's just a one-day jaunt down here to Baltimore before the Phils finish up the first half this weekend in South Florida. This is a makeup from earlier this year where Nick Pivetta was the only pitcher that pitched in that series. Well, he's pitching again tonight. It is game 1 of 1 between the Phils and the Orioles. So far the season series is dominated by the Phillies with 3 victories, but offensively the Phillies haven't really needed a whole lot because their starters ERA and the bullpen earned run average have been so good against Baltimore. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. We'll be joined in just a little bit by Greg Murphy and Colin Murphy, who's here as well in Baltimore. All right, so Nick Pivetta makes the start tonight here in Baltimore. The last time the Phillies were in Baltimore, Nick Pivetta made the start, so he's pitching both ends of this series here in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's the olden days, Tom. You know, he's 4 games against the Orioles. He's going to get 3 starts out of the 4 games, which is it just doesn't happen in the modern game anymore. But Nick's a throwback. No, really, this is the way Nick has to pitch today, though. It's been a struggle for him lately. But that elevated fastball, we know the Orioles will swing and miss. They know that they'll chase out of the strike zone. His secondary pitches, though, have to be on point because they will hit the ball out of the ballpark. But that fastball, to me, the elevated fastball, is going to be a weapon that he's going to have to go to often against this Orioles lineup.
All right, so the normal numbers that we look at when we look at a starting pitcher, in the 10 starts since the Baltimore Orioles game, he is 2-5 with an ERA of 5.56. The opposition's batting average against is at 295 and 51 hits in 43 and 2/3 innings. Now, some of his other numbers, the sabermetric numbers, have been pretty good, but the win-loss record and the earned run average have not. Maybe he can get things rolling tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. All right, so it's one and done here in Baltimore. It'll be Pivetta against Kevin Gausman making his 19th start of the season. When we return to Camden Yards, we'll have lineups and first pitch, so stay with us. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. By Toyota, the Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IVX.com. We see on Utah Street today, but it's actually not going to be a bad crowd filing in, as a lot of Phillies fans who have come down to Baltimore to watch this game, the only game this time between the Phils and the Orioles. It's a warm night. There are some thunderstorms in the area, but hopefully we'll be able to play this game without being interrupted. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup for tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Well, the Phillies obviously using the DH tonight, so Rhys Hoskins gets a chance to DH at bat second for the Phils. As we learned last night after the game was over, he will participate in the 2018 Home Run Derby this Monday in D.C. And they will face right-hander Kevin Gausman, who is 4-6 with an ERA of 4.11. There's a lot of good when it comes to Kevin Gausman, but there's always there seems to be that one bad inning or one bad moment this entire year that has really affected the way his win-loss record is sitting.
Yeah, the stuff is there, Tom. I mean, you know, talked to Jim Palmer before the game, the Orioles announcer, Hall of Famer Jim Palmer, and he said, you know, he's anywhere from 92 to 98 with his fastball. He can't get it up to 98. Yeah, secondary pitches are good. He said the slider is a work in progress. He said if he could figure that out, he said there's no reason why he can't be a top of the rotation type pitcher, but just hasn't been able to put it together.
Well, facing the Phillies for the first time, his interleague record is 3-9 with an ERA over 6 in interleague games. So here's Cesar Hernandez, who will start things off. Cesar was 4 for 18 in the series against the Mets. And so far this year, 2 for 11 against the Orioles.
Think we're going to have more fans here than them?
I think we might, actually. And the first pitch of the night is a fastball in there. We're underway, and the count is 0-1. Cesar overall at 264 with 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Outside and low, 1-1. Cesar overall on this road trip is 7 for 25. And he fouls it back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillies are 4-3 on the trip. They took 2 of 3 from Pittsburgh and then split the 4 games against the Mets. Gabe was saying today that yesterday's game was kind of a kick in the gut. Just kind of how we felt too watching it. That one's pulled toward the right side. A base hit for Cesar. Right place, right time, just past Trey Mancini. And the leadoff hitter is aboard for the Phils.
Really good start. Cesar got fooled by that breaking ball. Or off-speed pitch by Gausman. Just, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you can not have a robotic swing and, you know, you get fooled by a pitch, but you still have your hands back. You just try to flip the barrel at it and see where it goes. Cesar got rewarded with a base hit to right field, and we have action.
Yep, Rhys Hoskins stands in. Hoskins 9 for 29 on this road trip with 3 runs batted in. Takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hoskins with 14 home runs overall. His 2 hits against the Orioles this year are 2 doubles. That one's in there, and it's 1-1. Dusty Wathan laying down the signs. Asking Gabe today about Rhys DHing. He said, well, part of it is you're never going to falter defensively with Altair and Odubel in left field and center field. He said, so, you know, I figured give Rhys a chance to just hit today. He goes, one of those guys was going to be the DH, either Rhys, Altair, or Nick Williams. 1-2. Swing and a miss. So 1 out here in the first inning. And that'll bring Odubel Herrera to the plate. There's that split, John.
Yeah, and it's a good one too. And that, you know, when you see that out of his hand, it looks like a fastball in. So you try to get your hips opened up a little sooner so you can catch up to it. Just comes out with nothing on it. Just
It's about 10 miles an hour difference. It just dips. Nothing you can do. Well located, good pitch.
Well, now Odubel comes up. He has 8 hits on this road trip, I should say. He hits that one down toward left field. Chase Peterson comes running in, and he makes the catch. Boy, that one almost popped out of his glove. Yeah, there are 2 outs as Cesar goes back to first.
They catches hits in the palm and rolls up toward the webbing of the glove. Luckily he held on to that. Well, luckily for the Orioles and not unlucky for the Titans, but he held on to that baby.
Well, now Santana, whose average is at .214, but his on-base percentage doesn't seem to be faltering. He takes strike 1. There are not too many guys that have faced Gausman. Santana and Plouffe for the 2 that have. Carlos is 2 for 7 against him. Right at Manny Machado, who's playing on the right side of the diamond. 6-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. So the Phils go down quietly in their half of the start the ball game. They went down quietly after that. Nick Pivetta warming up out on the mound. Let's take a peek at the Orioles lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Beckham's at third base, then Jonathan Scope, and then Manny Machado. Scope, by the way, has been one of the hottest hitters for the Orioles, and I guess you would expect it because he was one of the coldest ones early on when he came off the disabled list. But he's had a 10-game hitting streak. And he will face Nick Pivetta, who is 5-7, an ERA of 4.62 as play begins tonight. I think he needs a good outing, John. I mean, just because it was so short the last time out.
Yeah, he really needs a good outing, and you know, this could be a good team to do it against. It could be a nightmare team to do it against because of their power. And you know, you make mistakes, they start hitting balls out of the ballpark. It could be a short, long night for Nick. But you know, I still think that fastball command up in the zone, they will chase.
First pitch is inside to Beckham. Beckham was 3 for 15 in the series against the Yankees. It was a 4-game split by the Orioles. Beckham hitting .209 with 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. 2 balls and no strikes. Eleven strikeouts for Pivetta the last time he faced the Orioles in 7 innings of work. grounds out to center field. Odubel ventures back, and he makes the catch. One loud out to start the game.
Yeah, 2-0 to the leadoff hitter. You know the fastball was coming. Beckham put a good swing on it, but that pesky center fielder's been playing there for 100-something years. Hit it right at him.
The pesky center fielder.
Yeah, they don't move a whole lot out there.
Although more now than in years past.
Yeah, but it's still center field.
Here's Jonathan Schoop. Had 7 hits against the Yankees, and he takes the first pitch down low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. You wonder if Schoop's recent run, which includes that 10-game hitting streak, if now all of a sudden teams are looking at him as a possible candidate to bring in. I'm not sure if the Orioles would want to trade him because they have to keep some guys to build around.
Well, I would assume they're going to have to keep Chris Davis just because of the contracted production. You know, you have to think at some point in the next couple weeks that young man might not be in an Orioles uni.
Nope, you're right about that. That one's down the right field line. It's a foul ball. And it remains Pivetta on top, no balls and 2 strikes.
Now, you know they're getting calls on Zach Britton. You know, it'd almost shock me if the Astros weren't one of them calling about him.
Yeah, after everything that happened with Ken Giles the last few days.
And the fact that, you know, they don't really have a closer. And
one ball and 2 strikes. Slider down low.
Hey, maybe the Phillies can get both. Machado and Britton. There's all kind of reports out there. You know, the Phillies are the front runners, the Dodgers are the front runners, the Yankees are the front runners. Stop.
I think it all depends on who you ask.
Yeah, just stop. We'll find out when it happens.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a bit inside. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Machado's on deck, and now it's 3-2 to Schoop. Pitch cast, and it was inside.
A lot closer from up here, didn't it?
It sure did. Swing and a miss and a curveball. That is a nice curve from Pivetta. Now there are 2 outs. There were a lot of the P caused me to hit a speed bump there, John. Time now for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And Manny Machado stepping up to the plate. And home runs, the American League leaders in home games. Machado with 16. JD Martinez, well, he's had the kind of year where he's going to hit anywhere. 18 home runs at home. Machado hitting .314 with 23 home runs. And a fastball, and it's 0-1. Just a bit low. Since the 1st of June, Pivetta is 1-4 with an ERA of over 7 in 31 2/3 innings. Had a very good first month statistically. Talked to Gabe about him today, and Gabe feels pretty good about where Pivetta is. You know, there are a lot of numbers that Gabe looks at that we don't actively look at on a daily basis, and you know, he feels like those are a gauge for him. to see how Pavetta is progressing. And despite the high earned run average, those other numbers, Gabe feels like are in a really good spot for Pavetta. 2-1 fouled back, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Machado. Curveball hit back toward the middle, and waiting there is Cesar Hernandez. 4-3 on the putout, 16 pitches, and Pavetta works the scoreless bottom of the first inning. We will move to the second. Nick Williams is due to lead things off for the Phils when we return. Together to start a 3-game series, 2 night games, and then the day game on Wednesday the 25th. That's at 12:35. It's Nemours Kids Run the Bases. Visit Phillies.com to order your tickets now. Nick Williams leads it off. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Williams at .253 with 11 home runs, 33 runs batted in. 7 for 17 in the series against the Mets. Line drive, and right at Beckham playing the shortstop position. Well, the shift is working for both teams so far in the first inning plus. Maikel Franco's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Talks about Maikel.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, he has been one of the Phillies' hottest hitters of late. If you go back to June 15th, he was hitting just .241, and he had a situation in Washington where he was out of a game, and then after that, he sort of caught fire. And if you just look at his last 33 games, and you take a look at what he's been able to do, he's increased his batting average to .274. And a lot of it has to do with this. Look at the balls he has put into play since July 1st. Early in the season, almost all of his outs were on the ground. You take a look now, and Gabe Kapler said that he has done a much better job in elevating the baseball from an offensive standpoint. Those are just his last 20 balls put in play. There you see it was about half and half. When he wasn't going well, Maikel was rolling over and grounding a lot of balls to third base, grounding a lot of balls to the left side of the infield. But as he has gotten more productive, he is lifting those balls. You saw the base hits in the left field and in the center field, and the ground balls are mostly going back up the middle. So because of that, he's been able to raise his batting average up to .274 now. He's been very solid in the month of July, 12 for 30, batting .400 in his last 10 ball games. So Maikel Franco has really started to turn things on, guys.
Murphy sounds so quiet where you are.
I do?
Yes.
Where are you, Murph?
I'm right here. I'm at the in the camera well.
Well, that narrows it down.
You want to wave to you? You're over there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you are. You're kind of hidden.
Yeah. I'm down in a little sunken down.
All the best for us.
Over to shortstop. Machado is up with it. And there are 2 outs. And that'll bring Scott Kingery to the plate. Well, with the success that Michael has had, he has moved up in the lineup. I mean, I know he's only moved up to the 6th spot.
Well, again, we talked about it in spring training with the Kingery signing, with this light of fire under McCall, knowing that, Kingery can play third base. He didn't get off to a great start. You wonder if these Machado talks, were starting to open up his eyes a little bit with,
Good.
Okay, well then, what are they going to do with Kingery? Are they going to put him at third? Then what happens to me?
Yeah, or they could use Kingery in the role that they anticipated, which was kind of the guy bouncing around. Outside and low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Scott was 2 for 16 against the Mets. He's hitting .317 against these American League teams. 8-4 is what the Phillies' record is, which has been very good. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Scotty. Video board just asked the fans to make some noise. I think that'll be an indication that there are a lot of Phillies fans.
Yeah, there wasn't much going on.
There wasn't much going on. Off the hands, and that'll spin right past Trey Mancini at first, and Kingery's going to head to second base, and he is there. Sliding with a 2-out double, his 18th of the season. Well, sometimes it's good to be lucky.
Yeah. All you can do is hit it.
Yeah, we talked about the shift helping both teams. That time it hurt the Orioles because Mancini was so far off the first base bag. But it helped the Phils.
Yeah, this pitch just, it got in on the knuckles of Scotty, but when you use your hands, good things can happen, and that's what happened. He just flicks it out there past Mancini. Speed gets him to second.
And Altair, diving stop by Beckham, throws to first. Oh man, in time. That's a wonderful play. He just robbed the Phils of a run and then robbed them from the inning continuing. 5-3 on the putout. Phillies lead 1 over at second. Hands and the speed of a shortstop on this play.
Yeah, and poor Aaron Altair can't buy a hit, but that's the thing. you know, you watch his play by Beckham diving for the ball, but watch how he throws across his body. Like he didn't get that, his left foot opened up right toward Mancini at first base. Watch this. It's like he threw across his body. Like Jake Arrieta pitching is basically what that was like. But a strong throw just to get Aaron, and man, robbed us of a run. Early lead.
Yeah, I mean, think about where he was when he let that throw go. I mean, that's
poor Aaron, man. I mean,
no, you're right about that.
Struggle all year for him, and you know, his last handful of bats when he has hit the ball hard, they're right at someone.
Adam Jones fouls the first pitch from Pavetta back, and it's 0-1. Jones 2 for 13 in that Yankees series with a couple strikeouts. Hitting .278 with 10 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
There's a shock how far got hit already. Man, he takes some punishment back there, doesn't
Yes,
he?
he does. Adam Jones immediately turned back and apologized. Let's see what kind of breaking ball they're going to go with here against Adam Jones.
The old slide ball.
And it zips outside, 2-2. Chris Davis on deck. Over to third base. Franco charges and then zips it off the glove of Santana. And that error will allow Jones to be safe at first. I think that's an E3. It looked like a catchable ball.
Franco's been playing some really good defense there at first base.
I think he just stretched wrong.
Yeah, he didn't. It was just awkward looking. I don't know. It looked like he stepped more toward the pitcher's mound than he did toward home plate.
It'll be an error on Santana. And a runner at first base to start this second inning.
Well, this is to me what Nick struggled with too. After, you know, an error, misplay, or whatever, he hasn't been able to shut it down. You know, shut down the inning.
Foul tip, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think I read somewhere where he just set the Orioles' career strikeout.
It wouldn't surprise me. We can take a peek at that right away.
He passed Cal.
Oh, really?
In like
Not
10 fewer seasons.
I was going to say
something.
nowhere near the amount of time.
I don't know. I could have been half asleep on the train last night coming here.
I think well, you were half asleep on the train last night, but I think you could be right in that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris Davis does have 7 more strikeouts now than Cal Ripken. Cal is also going to be passed probably next year by Adam Jones, who's number 3 right now. Two pitch outside, 3-2.
Yeah, but Cal played what, 20? How many years? 23?
Yeah, so the comparison is 3,001 games for Cal Ripken and 978 games for Chris Davis.
Have you ever spoken to him, Chris?
I have not.
Very, very nice man. But man, I don't know. I just don't know how you can swing and miss that much. Like that.
It's a lot of swings.
It's
and
hard
misses.
to do. I would think it'd be hard to do.
Would that? I mean, how much would that frustrate you as a hitter? Would that bother you? You would have quit
before I got to that many. Well, no, I wouldn't have quit because I couldn't hit 40 homers like he has the ability to do. They'd have released me early.
Swing and a miss. And Davis strikes out.
He adds to the record.
A record that just keeps on keeping on. 2 outs, or 2 strikeouts, I should say, 1 out. That's a 4-seamer. And here's Mark Trumbo. Trumbo with 12 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Throws him a slider or curveball, and it's 0-1. Nine home runs since the 17th of June. That's 24 games, which is tied for the American League lead. Ground ball toward the hole, backhanded by Kingery, throws wide of second base, and Jones will go to third. That'll be a fielder's choice and an E6. And that is the second error of the inning for the Phillies.
I think, you know, look, here's the thing. Trumbo's not fast. You probably are not going to turn a double play there. That's where you just got to get one. You know, it was a wide throw, and you know, both guys should have executed that better. I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's all on Kingery. I think Cesar could have caught that ball. I mean, I think it's E6, but Cesar could have caught it.
Yeah, but that's just one where you take one and get out of Dodge, man. You know, make him get a 2-out hit.
Francisco takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, now you can score a run with an out, and that's what you try to avoid on every inning.
Let's see if Pavetta can get a ground ball here to turn a double play.
Yeah, this could be a big confidence booster for Nick if he can get out of this inning, pick up his defense. Problem is, you look at the pitch count, 32 pitches already with only 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
And the 0-2 pitch to Cisco, and it goes right between the 5-hole and up the third base line. Fortunately, it keeps Jones over third base. Up to second base goes Trumbo. So a wild pitch as that ball goes through the 5-hole, and it's 1-2 to Cisco. He lifted up.
Yes. Never under, always over. Tell the kids that every practice. All our infielders, catchers.
It's not been a crisp inning, John. Swing and a miss. Gets him with a breaking ball. Third strikeout for Pavetta. Yeah, there are 2 outs now for Trey Mancini, the number 8 hitter. 2 great concerts, 1 fun weekend at Citizens Bank Park. Wayne might even be there. Friday, July 27th, Billy Joel is in town for his 5th consecutive summer concert. Saturday the 28th, it's the Eagles 2018 North American Tour, and it will feature James Taylor and his all-star band. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets.
There's Wayne, huh?
Yep. Breaking ball high, and it's 1-0. Where is Wayne sitting tonight? He's over one of the ribbon boards. He's on the third base side. He's got a pretty good seat.
Yeah, there he is.
Just beyond the third base bag. You just get a kick out of him every time you see him now, right?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story at dinner after Nick gets out of this inning, or if we have a little second delay.
1 ball and 1 strike to Mancini, who is hitting .220 with 11 home runs. Breaking ball, and it's 2-1.
And we're having dinner in here.
Yeah.
Nick and Jeff and I. And I said, hey, I think Wayne's going to be here. Nick Marquetta looks at him like, who? Wayne.
How soon they forget.
And he goes, wait, Wayne, who's Wayne? I said, Wayne. He goes, oh, our Wayne? So he's become ours.
2 balls and 1 strike. Over to third base, Michael Franco gobbles it up, and the throw is clean, and the inning is over.
Wait, Nick.
That is a heck of a battle by Nick Pivetta to get out of it, despite the 2 errors. We'll go to the third in a scoreless game. On to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Johnny, the question is, what 4 teams has Buck Showalter managed? I think you can get this one. You may not even need any hints.
I don't need hints.
So we go to the top of the third, and Jorge Alfaro hitting 9th will lead it off. And he hits it through the hole on the right side, a base hit. Leadoff single. That's the second leadoff hitter to start an inning.
Yeah, and hopefully this is one of those where Nick works his rear end off to get out of that inning after shoddy play, should we call it?
Shoddy play.
We'll call it shoddy. And you know, it just seems like it happens when a guy really works to get out of an inning. The offense figures out a way to pick him up now and give him a couple runs so he can relax a little bit.
Cesar singled his first time up into right field. Got a fastball just missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0.
See Cesar do that same thing. A little reach out. Shoot one into right field. Get a first and third.
Well, that one was about 9 miles an hour softer than the first pitch. Got a strike. Yeah, you're right. If he hits at that same spot, Jorge should be able to get to third. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Sandy?
I'd say no.
I say no too. It is because we rarely do it.
Might surprise everybody if they did, though. He does not go, and the pitch lined toward right field. That'll go foul. Nice attempt by the ball girl.
Are they allowed to touch it before it hits the ground? You know it was foul.
I think they can. Use your own judgment on that.
They didn't think that Jace Peterson was going to get over there in time.
That's a good point. Yeah, he didn't really move over in left field. Off the hands, out toward left center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Now Farrell will stop at second, and Cesar is 2 for 2. That puts runners on first and second with nobody out. That brings Rhys Hoskins to the plate. Rhys, who it was announced yesterday at a little after 10:30 by Major League Baseball. Kind of an odd time to announce it, but that's when they did. That Rhys is going to be part of the home run derby. Talking to him today, he was beyond excited about the opportunity. And Murph, I know it's something that, from an organization standpoint, I think it's pretty good for the organization too.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tom. You know, he talked about that, how getting a chance for both he and Aaronola to be on that national stage and get a chance for folks to hear what they've been doing this year as an organization, a first-place team, and kind of represent the Phillies in that home run derby. But he's also obviously very excited to be a part of the home run derby. He said he watched it as a kid, as most of us did, and as he was growing up, he remembers watching guys like Bonds be a part of the home run derby, and now he's going to get a chance of that. And he said it really kind of sank in when he got a text message from the family that he lived with during rookie ball. He said they texted him and he said, remember when we all got together during the All-Star break and we watched the home run derby together when you were playing rookie ball? Now we're going to get together and watch you play or hit in the home run derby. It's kind of a special moment for him. He said he's been going back and forth with Chris Truby, who's going to be the pitcher for him during the All-Star game, and he said that they've been having some fun back and forth, kind of challenging one another to rise to the occasion at the All-Star game. So it'll be fun to watch Rhys, and certainly be fun to watch him representing the Phillies in that home run derby.
Yeah, and the thing that Rhys pointed out, he said, listen, I've done home run derbies before. In fact, the last one that he did was in Reading, when he and Dylan Cousins and Jorge Alfaro represented the Eastern Division of the Eastern League, and he said, I had a blast with that. Talking to Gabe Kapler today about it, I said, do you have any concerns about it? He said, absolutely not. And he said one of the big reasons why, he said, these guys, they have a home run derby every day in BP. So
yeah, look, Rhys, we know about the power. That's easy. I mean, you look at the participants there for the National League. A few young players: Baez, Muncy, Aguilar, Rhys, of course,
Bregman,
Schwarber's still young. Bryce is still young, even though he's been around. Freddie Freeman's got to feel like the old man. He's what, 28, 29?
Well, the last time Rhys did it was in the Eastern League, and he had 24 home runs, which was the most in the Eastern League home run derby. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hoskins, who struck out his last time up. He has runners on first and second, and he breaks his bat and hits that one foul, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Tom, one other thing that that he mentioned today was he might reach out to Ryan Howard and give him a call and find out if Ryan has any advice for him. He's the last guy in a Phillies uniform to be a part of that home run derby, and he did pretty well in that home run derby, as you remember. So Reese said he might either text him or call him before the derby to see if he can get some advice from Ryan.
Yeah, I think when you look at some of the names, you might say, all right, well, he could be an underdog, but they have odds on all this stuff, and he's sort of middle of the pack right now. I mean, is it a daunting matchup his first time up? Well, it is to a certain extent, because he has to go up against Aguilar, and he's the 8th seed, and Aguilar's red hot. Out toward right field. It's not deep. Scope is out. He says he has it, and he makes the catch. No infield fly rule was called, and 1 out.
I tell you who I'd like to see in it someday, and I hope he gets a chance, because we get to watch batting practice every day. But Nick Williams.
Oh yeah.
He put on a show yesterday at City Field. I mean, it was, left field, left center, right center. Bombs.
I felt the same way about Alfaro. I think Alfaro would put on a show too.
Yeah, I bet that would be interesting. But Nick, because it's just easy.
Yeah.
Easy power. I would worry about Jorge trying to hit one. Instead of hitting 10, he'd rather hit one like a mile.
Really far. Odubel squibs this one left to the mound. Nobody's at third, and Alfaro's able to win the foot race to the bag. Gossman just figured, I can't get Odubel, so I'm going to go try to get the catcher. And now the bases are loaded.
Hey, you wonder if he'd have been better off letting Beckham field that thing. It's a big swing by Odubel. It hits it off the end of the bat. Gossman, when Gossman caught the ball, he looked up like there should be someone at third. Look at him, watch him look up right there. He's looking up, and the little hesitation allows Alfaro to get in. That's where you need maybe a little better secondary lead than that, but he beats the play either way. But you thought if Gossman might let Beckham make that play, it might have been a closer play at first base.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that, just looking at the replay.
They give him a hit.
It is a hit for Odubel, and the bases are now loaded for Carlos Santana.
Let's go Phillies chant coming up.
And a liner out to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. It'll be an RBI single for Santana. And the Phillies take the early lead. It's 1-0 here in the top of the third.
That happens a lot. Yeah, that's a Nick Pivetta run right there. Nick, the bad defense by the Phillies last half inning, and he pitched around it. And now he gets rewarded by giving him a run. A good piece of hit by Carlos right there. First pitch swinging on a spinner, didn't break, stayed out over though. He tries to pull that ball. It's a ground ball double play. Instead, he hits it the other way. Chase Peterson was playing really deep, it seemed like, but hey, we'll take it. But I know that Nick Pivetta won't get credited for RBIs right here, runs batted in, but those are his runs. Or that's his run, and hopefully more to come.
Roger McDowell makes the trip out to the mound. It's not a bad idea to get out there right now after the last couple plays, as Lance Barrett's trying to break up this convo.
Yeah, we got what, 3 hits this inning? 4. Besides Alfaro's hit, the other 3 hits haven't bent the blade of grass.
No, Cesar's little blooper.
Odubel's spinner off the end of the bat, and then that one right there was just a reach out and poke one into left field. How about one off the barrel right here over the National Car Rental sign out there for Nick?
That wouldn't be bad. He lined out to the third baseman Beckham, who was playing at shortstop his first time up. Foul tip, and it's 0-1. to the right side. They get the runner at second base, but a run scores. It'll be an RBI for Williams, and it's 2-0 Phils.
That'll work.
So that RBI for Williams is 34th of the season. And Michael Franco is coming up.
30 how many?
34.
Think about how limited his at bats were almost the first month of the season.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Well, I don't think his at bats are going to be limited moving forward the way things are. Franco grounded out his first time up, and he hits that one out toward left center field. Jones coming on, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. 7 men come to the plate in the inning. The Phillies get 2 runs on 4 base hits. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Chevrolet dealers. So the businesses here in the Baltimore area. We were staying by the water when we were here the first time, and the same time this time.
Enjoy your stay here?
I did.
Yeah.
Had a nice room, beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
There's Jace Peterson, and he takes a fastball outside.
That's it.
We weren't really here much that long. TV selection was good in the room. Fouled off 1-1. I don't think I had the TV on more than an hour.
Yeah, I turned mine on when I got there, and then I got confused.
Why is that?
Well, it's all these. Once I got to, like, I'd go to through every channel.
Yep.
Once I got to higher channels, it was
music.
No, it was
foreign news services.
all the foreign news services,
yeah.
And it just stayed on one.
Was it Russia?
No, I don't know what country it was, but interesting telecast because I couldn't change the channel, so I had to watch.
So what's going on around the world, John? Anything?
Nothing that I could report on, Tom, because I didn't understand a word they were saying, and there was no video to go with it. It was just 2 guys talking.
And there's ball 4, so Peterson draws a walk to start the third.
We never did find out if Arrieta went ahead to Miami.
I did not see him in the clubhouse. It does happen where guys go ahead, but I did not see him down in the clubhouse. Beckham lined out to center field his first time up.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if they would have sent Nick ahead last night.
No, he was with us. Foul tip, and it's 0-1. Yeah, I would think that he jumped ahead.
I would hope.
Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Beckham. Beckham was 3 for 8 in the other 3 games against the Phillies.
This is Nick's 3rd start against him.
Second start against them. Second start. He started the other game here in Baltimore.
Yeah, he didn't pitch in that 3-game series up there.
The 2 games, no.
Is that all it was 2?
Yeah,
Turn
one
it,
hopper to
boy.
third. There's 1 and 2. A 5-4-3 double play. And there are 2 outs. Nice job by Franco to settle himself after kind of getting handcuffed on that.
Oh, even though Beckham runs well, that ball was hit. One hopper to McHale, and like you said, he gathered, made sure of a good enough throw. Wasn't the greatest of throws, a little high, but perfect for Cesar to catch and turn before Beckham could reach first. Leadoff walk gets erased.
Over to third again. That's a nice clean hop for Maikel Franco, and the inning is over. That's a nice quick inning for Nick Pivetta. He threw just 9 pitches to get through the 3rd. We've played our first 3. We'll go to the 4th. It's the Phillies 2, Orioles nothing. Photo or video with hashtag hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. We just decided we'd drop our banner, John, on the building, on the warehouse in Utah.
Yeah, they didn't mind. Yeah, it's harder work than you think, Tom, to have to scale that building, hold on with one hand, and then, put that big sign up, that big banner up.
I know that's when your superhero powers come out, you and John DeSangro.
Yeah, me and Sang. Cookies. And, put up a banner.
That's all you had to pay him.
Yep.
Pay him in his cookies. 0-1 to Kingery. Kingery doubled his last time up. His 18 doubles are tied for 3rd most by a Phillies rookie before the All-Star break. Odubel had 18 in 2015. Dick Allen had 18 in 1964 at Boucher in 47. And Puddinhead Jones and Scott Rowland.
You can't stop Puddinhead.
Outside, and it's 2-1.
Cannot stop Puddinhead.
Little bloop out to right center field. And Kingery is 2 for 2.
Hey, what Gosman got to be thinking, man, do these guys ever hit one off the barrel? You got bloopers, spinners off the end of the bat, jam shots. Odubel's, yeah, he can do it all.
Did he hit the camera?
Well, either that or he's instructing on how to do it. You know, Odubel,
pointing,
he's trying to be helpful in every way he can.
People helping people. Aaron Altair hit one sharply to third. Tim Beckham robbed him of a base hit, and he takes strike one. It's 0-1. And he's hit by a pitch that also got Cisco, the catcher.
Cisco took the worst of that blow.
Yeah, it kind of grazed Altair. I mean, it hit him, but he moved out of the way, and then bam. And Alfaro, who singled his last time up, will be the hitter.
Tell you what, as far as clean baseball games go, this isn't one of them.
There's Odubel. Camera's going down. Good shot of Kingery's hip, putting that mitten on.
Yeah, well, Odubel knows what we want to talk about. He's in tune to our.
He's producing the broadcast.
He is.
Alfaro takes inside. It's 1-0. Gotta love him.
It's amazing when you go visit other teams and the announcer, that's one of the first things they ask you. What's he like?
Yeah, because from a distance, they think he's probably pretty annoying.
Yes.
And aloof. I guess at times he's probably aloof.
Yeah,
that one will trickle back behind home plate. The runners will move up to second and third. And a wild pitch. Cisco tried to get out there, but he couldn't decide whether he should backhand it or block it. And by the time he got his body toward the area, it was already under his glove.
Right through the wickets. Is that a wild pitch, you said?
That is a wild pitch, John.
Wow.
Adding to the cleanliness of this game.
It is a sharp played game.
Orioles play the infield in here in the top of the fourth inning. 2-1. Whoa.
That's all we needed right there to add to the excitement.
Thank goodness he's 6'5".
Well, that's like the second time that's happened. And one time Machado moved and Scope didn't do anything, and Machado looked at Jonathan Scope and said, you know, hey,
one of us needs to back this up.
I don't know if you noticed, but cleanliness is not happening in this game.
And a fly ball out to right center field, and Trumbo, he's not going to get it. It's over his head. 2 runs will score. Alfaro will put the brakes on at second base. It's a 2-run double, and the Phils lead it 4-0. 12th double of the year for Jorge. Nice piece of hitting there.
Yeah, that's a beauty right there. You know, you try to pull this ball, you're hitting a rollover grounder probably to Machado or Beckham, and you know, just a nice stay on it, hit the ball the other way. Look how he stays on that ball, keeps his head down on it, just drives it the other way. You know, look, he hoping for one, and got the bonus and got 2.
And now Cesar, who has 2 hits already. Soft liner to the right, up loop to left center. And he's up here with a runner at second base. Two.
Yeah, usually in the game there's some teachable moments if kids are watching, but we haven't found one yet, Tom.
No.
Wayne was a teachable moment. That's been the.
I honestly thought that you were going to tell me that foul ball just went to him.
No.
I didn't think it was far enough down.
Oy.
It's a little scary.
Oh, Wayne must have run out. Sure they don't quit selling it here yet, so I'm sure you'll find some.
A ball and 2 strikes to Hernandez. That one blocked by Cisco. Slice into the crowd, a sea of red down the left field line. Nick Pavetta's got 4 runs to work with. I mean, look at all the Phillies fans. I mean, obviously it's not a far drive, so we always expect to see Phillies fans.
There they are.
God gifted him with 2 hands. That's right. That's what he told us, right? I'm paraphrasing.
Yep. Yes, I think that's about right.
Another one fouled back.
Might have to fly Wayne down to Miami.
He liked the resort.
I think we should put him with Murph. He can room with Murph, maybe.
Murph,
Yeah.
Wayne, and Colin, all in one room.
How about in one foursome? A little golf. Isn't that what we're going to do, John? Play some golf with Wayne?
Well, maybe not Miami. Could be a tad warm for Wayne and I.
3-2 as Gossman is set, and he pulls that one foul. And it remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Supposed to be hot in Miami, huh?
Supposed to be hot. I don't think the roof's going to be open, John.
Well, I'd hope not. Of course, we want to have some fun with JJ. We can tell him at the weekend's going to be open.
The roof stuck.
Yeah, can't close it.
Outside, ball 4. Cesar walks. He's been on base 3 times. And runners on first and second. Still nobody out. Hoskins coming up. After the All-Star break, Chase Utley returns to Citizens Bank Park. Come out and see him on Authentic Fan Night. Tuesday, July 24th. Just go to thephillies.com/authenticfan to get your tickets. Plus, get a free hat and other surprises.
Hard to tell where I'm going to show up. Upside down, sideways.
Very athletic.
Microcosm of my life.
Very athletic.
Well, that's how I can get up on that building and put the banner up.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Reese. Everyone else seems to be getting a couple. Why don't you get one here?
Castro warming up for the Orioles as Reese fouls it down the right field line. Reese has struck out. He's also popped out to scope at second.
So Ryan Howard won the home run derby. Did he win, or I know Abreu did in Detroit. He had like 500.
Swing and a miss. I don't remember what Ryan did. Reese strikes out. Yeah, it was how Howard defeated David Wright. 87 home runs were hit in that derby in Pittsburgh. Ryan hit 8 in the first round. That was not the most, but then 10 in the second round, 18, and then 5 in the finals.
Check out Bobby Abreu in Detroit 2006, maybe whenever the All-Star game was in Detroit, 2006, 2007.
I don't know why I forgot that Ryan had won that. I know he was really tuckered out after it was over with.
And that's a concern with Reese, because Reese is, you know, he'll do pretty much whatever anyone asks him to do media-wise. You know, he's whenever in New York, he's on MLB Network, and you know, anytime you see him out before games, he's doing stuff on the field, and he did something today, I think. Saw him down there with headsets on. I'm assuming that's what he was doing. He just hope he doesn't overexert himself at the All-Star game.
No, I think he's going to soak it in. You know, I think he's going to soak it in as being just fun. By the way, Abreu, yeah, 41 home runs that year.
That was a show.
Double takes, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I remember going in the store the next day, Tigers, you know, Comerica Park or whatever it was. But I always get an All-Star game ball, you know, with the stitching and lacing and stuff with the All-Star whatever logo on it. I always get one every year for my son.
Pulled toward first base. Mancini thought about going to second. That probably would have been problematic.
Wish he would have.
3 unassisted. And there are 2 outs.
And there was a lady in there asking for an Abreu jersey.
An Abreu jersey.
Yeah, do you have any of those Abreu jerseys?
I think Bobby used to get that a lot. Really.
And the lady at the thing working there said, "I've never heard of him." And I said, "He's the one who won the home run derby. His name's Abreu, Bobby Abreu." Yeah, we wouldn't have those. Abreu, we'd never heard of him. I'm like, oh my God. Philly getting disrespected at All-Star game. Dutch and I, and now Bobby Abreu.
You covered that on your Croccast, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bobby beat Ivan Rodriguez. Ryan beat David Wright for the home run derby title. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners on second and third. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty good 1-2 punch there. Hamels and Arrieta.
Two and 1. Close pitch. This will be the 31st pitch of the inning for Gausman. Pulled to the right side. Jonathan Scope has it, and he's able to throw out Carlos Santana, and the inning is over. 2-run score of the inning. Phillies get a couple of hits, a hit batter, a walk. Middle of the fourth, it's 4-0. Phil's on top of the Orioles. Ford Store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. 4-0 Phillies on top as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And Nick Pivetta will face Manny Machado, Adam Jones, and Chris Davis. Pivetta so far has allowed just a couple base runners on a couple of errors by the Phillies. He's also walked one hitter, but that hitter was erased by a double play ball. Time now for our Geico quote of the day. Buck Showalter on the Manny Machado trade talks. I have a lot of confidence if and when Manny is traded. General Manager Dan Duquette and his people, the scouts and everything, will get the best return for him they can get. If it happens to be with that team we are playing tonight, meaning the Yankees, so be it. I'll leave that in their hands. I've got a lot of confidence they will do what's best for the organization.
Wouldn't think he would say anything different.
Yeah, and I know it's hard. I mean, the Phillies have been in that position before where they've traded players like Kurt Schilling.
Yeah. But.
And Scott Rowland.
Yeah, but they didn't trade him to the Mets.
Very true.
And I'm sure that, you know, that team, which he meant the Yankees, I'm sure he would prefer he didn't go to that team.
0-2 to Machado. But you're right, and I took it as the return on investment, but you're right, there's more to it. It's trading him within the division to the Yankees or the Red Sox, and he comes back here 8-9 times a year
to haunt you.
That one's fouled off to the right again. But I think about that when superstars are traded, just what you can get back in return. Because in essence, I mean, think about the Cole Hamels trade and what that brought back for the Phillies and the potential that brought back for the Phillies for this team right now. I mean, you've got the left fielder, you've got the catcher. You know, there are guys that are now part of this foundation for the future.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't know. You don't know how they're going to pan out. Now, Jorge's got a ways to go. Throwing, there's no comparison. I mean, he's at an elite level throwing the ball. You know, he's like a bunch of young catchers. They struggle sometimes blocking balls, and you know, Nick is. You know, I'm just glad he had patience.
5-3 on the putout. And Adam Jones is coming up.
I think that's what I most have more respect for Nick. It's the patience.
Yes.
You know, he got called up last year. He did great. You know, better than I think people expected of him. And you know, this year I think he thought coming in that he should have a chance to prove that, you know, he could be an everyday player. And he did play a lot early. You know, they gave Aaron a lot more playing time. Altera a lot more playing time, just to see. And you know, he was frustrated. We know that.
And even had those comments in the paper, which he didn't mean them necessarily the way they came out, but there was something rooted in it.
Yeah, and you know, it's all you could tell him. You know, hey, be patient, get your chance, prove it. You know, and you know, he's been an integral part of our offense ever since they put him back in there.
No balls and 2 strikes to Adam Jones, who reached on the error his first time up. The error that was charged to Carlos Santana. After a breaking ball, strikeout number 4 for Pivetta. And there are 2 outs.
See the fingers on top of the ball, the curveball. And again, this is sadly for my friend Buck Showalter, but this is Orioles baseball. They will chase. They will strike out a lot. You have to let them.
That's a good way of putting it, John. You have to let them.
Yep. You know, there's not many teams you can go in and say, you know, look, I have to, you know, you pretty much have to pound the strike zone. But against the Orioles, you can pound the strike zone early, and then you don't have to throw anything close to get strikeouts.
Santana spins, and Pivetta is there to cover, and the inning is over. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. The Orioles go down 1-2-3. We've played 4. We'll go to the 5th. 4-0 Phillies. Tenth, their huge selection of porcelain and glass whiteboards will not stain, ghost, or dent. Order today from WBMason.com and have your local WB Mason driver deliver and install it for you. Who but WB Mason? Nick Williams leads it off as we go to the 5th inning. Phillies will be heading to Miami after this ball game concludes. Change up, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Williams has an RBI today on a fielder's choice. Phillies have already collected 8 hits. Out toward left field. It's not deep. Peterson comes sprinting in. And 1 out for Maikel Franco. Maikel's one of those guys that has hit well in interleague play, hitting .306. Kingre's the guy that's leading the Phils. With his 2 hits today, he's now up over .330 in interleague play. Maikel is really aggressive in these at-bats tonight.
Yeah, as long as it strikes. You know, if he's swinging to strike, that pitch there was probably a little up. You know, a lot different hitting 1-0 than 0-1, of course, but that's why.
A little tapper, and it remains 0-2. Over to third base, charging is Beckham. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer. All right, so 2 away, and here is Kingre, who's 2 for 2 with a run scored. Swings at the first pitch, and he hits it foul off to the right. Outside. One and two. Pavetta not hitting tonight with the DH in play, so he could go a little deeper as long as his pitch count is effective. As Kingre fouls it back behind home plate and right into the waiting hands of Phillies fans sitting in front of the press box.
Do we have anyone not available tonight?
Yeah, I think there's a couple guys not available. I think there's every chance that Mark Leiter's not available. I think Victor Arano may not be available today. I don't know about Sir Anthony. I wonder about Pat Neshek. He pitched last night. I know he only threw 8 pitches, but just off the disabled list, they may not want to use him in back-to-back games. Kingre fouls another one.
Well, better safe than sorry. We're going to need him down the stretch, Tom. Tell you what, there's a few of them that probably can't wait for that 4 days off.
I would agree with that. Off the hands, looped out toward right center, and Scope can't get it. It's another hit for Kingery. He's 3 for 3. Scope hit that ground pretty hard with that shoulder. And he waves the athletic training staff off. Adam Jones did.
Yeah.
Oh, he did land pretty hard on that shoulder.
Funny too. Look, watch how his right arm gets caught underneath him. Like, yeah, that's easily been a dislocation. But I don't know. You ever been around him? Like, you ever stood beside?
I have not.
He's a big man.
Is he?
Oh.
Well, 3 different foul balls on 2 strike pitches by Kingery. Then he loops that base hit. Altair takes outside. It's 1-0. This is more like the Phillies offense, you know, making Gausman throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, they didn't have that luxury last night with DeGrom. Talking to Carlos about Santana last night when we got here about DeGrom, and he's, you know, I think it was known that you know, you have to take a different approach against DeGrom as you do against a lot of other pitchers in baseball.
Over to shortstop, and Machado takes the short hop and then throws out Altair. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. So we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mark Trumbo will lead things off with the Phillies up 4-0 over the Orioles. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Well, Clearwater defeated Dunedin 4-0. Mickey Moniak was 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Williamsport defeated Tri-City 14-6. Jesus Enriquez was 4 for 5 with a double, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. In that ball game, some other news: the Phillies promoted Zach Green from Double-A to Triple-A. Green, the 24-year-old, had 17 home runs, 23 doubles in Double-A. And Adam Hazley, we mentioned this the other night, from Single-A to Double-A. He made his Reading Titans debut tonight. So progress for some of the young Phillies players. As Trumbo leads things off for the Orioles. Fastball, and it's 1-1. Trumbo reached on the error that was charged to Scott Kingery. His first time up. Swing and a miss, 1-2. That was a high slider. It's only the 3rd slider that Pivetta has thrown in tonight's game.
I wonder if the curveball's coming here or another something breaking. Go curveball, yeah. Looks like Nick didn't want it. Better get it in there. This man got some pop. There you go.
He did get him. He went upstairs with it. 5 strikeouts for Pavetta. If you're an authentic Phillies fan, you'll want to tune in Sunday night to relive the magic the Phils gave us a decade ago. Don't miss World Champions, the story of the '08 Phillies, presented by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Sunday night at 8 right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. One out for Cisco, Shane Victorino, Chase Utley. Those are 2 of the names that were part of that '08 championship. And a liner out to left field. That'll be a base hit for Cisco. And that's the first hit of the night for the Orioles. So they have a walk and a hit. They've reached base with a couple of errors. And Trey Mancini, who grounded out his first time up, will be the hitter.
Yeah, it's just it's weird for them to get their first hit here with 1 out in the 5th inning, because they had so many base runners that 1 inning because of the errors, 2 errors we've committed. But he said Nick is really did a heck of a job that inning, getting out of that inning without any runs scored, and then the Phillies offense started to take over.
One ball and 1 strike. Down low, and it's 2-1. Phillies will round out this weekend's games against the Marlins with a night game tomorrow and then 2 day games Saturday and Sunday. For everybody will head their separate ways for 4 days, and the Phillies will start the second half at home.
Tell you what, wait till after this pitch. You know, when you're going to a city, you know, and you have a Saturday day game, you want it to be in a city where there's actually something to do. Like what's there to do in Miami on a Saturday evening?
Well, there's some people that think there's a lot to do, but how do you think everybody's going to be on Sunday? It's a 4 o'clock start, so it's somewhat abbreviated, but on Saturday.
How are we going to be Sunday?
Maybe some fogginess.
Spry.
2-2.
Oh,
that just missed.
We'll be spry. Probably go for an early morning jog on the beach.
There you
Sunday
go.
morning. You know, hotel's right there. We have
on the beach
there. Or maybe I'll just run to the beach and run back.
Baby steps, John.
There would only be a few of them. It's right there. A few baby steps.
Little pop up on the right side. Santana will give way to Alfaro. And he makes the catch for the second out. And here comes Jace Peterson.
You know, we talk about some of the balls we've hit. Cesar had a couple. Scotty's had 3 base hits that he hasn't hit on the barrel, but you know, the Orioles haven't hit that many either.
No, none at all.
Although I think the first hitter of the game, Beckham, the first hitter for the Orioles, Beckham hit a hard line drive to center field on a 2-0 pitch to Odubel.
Yeah, I would think that that's the hardest hit ball that the Orioles have had, and maybe the game has had. That pop-up by Mancini had an exit velocity of 63. There's a line drive to left center field, and Odubel is there, perfectly situated with the shift, and he's able to run it down for the final out. No runs, 1 hit, the first hit of the day, and 1 man left. On to the 6th inning with the Phillies shutting out the Orioles 4-0. Time. Nola is among the NL leaders this season in wins, ERA, strikeouts, and innings pitched. He has towed the rubber for the Phils with one of the best curveballs in the league and has his team in postseason conversations. Congratulations to Aaron on his first All-Star selection. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, it's gotten to that here in Baltimore. I think every team goes through this during the cycle of their life. I mean, everybody goes through it. It's just that the Orioles are going through it right now. One of the worst records in all of baseball.
I mean, would it make them feel any better if they were a 500 team? They'd still be 20 out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the kind of division that they live in,
or whatever. I mean, it's just, you know, it is what it is.
Alfaro leads it off, and Alfaro smashes one to straightaway center field. Jones going back, and it is gone. That is a long center field home run for Jorge Alfaro, who now has a single, a double, and a home run in his first 3 at-bats, and the Phillies lead it 5-0. I think there are a lot of Philly fans here. I mean, just take a listen.
Yeah, we could see a curtain call if he hits for the cycle, huh? That was a pretty swing, though. See how under control, though, and balance. You wish he could just bottle that up.
Boy, he crushed that ball.
Just put that mental image in your head of, you know, you don't have to swing hard to hit it 420, 30 feet.
That's 6 home runs now and 21 RBIs. 3 RBIs in today's game. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Cesar. After that quiet night offensively last night for the Phillies, it's nice that they've gotten this outpouring tonight. Cesar takes a strike, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think after seeing DeGrom for what, 7, 8 innings, whatever he pitched, that whoever was starting tonight was going to pay.
Phillies now with 5 runs on 10 hits in this game. Little tapper back towards shortstop. Machado charges, and not in time. Cesar with his 3rd hit of the night. don't think any shortstop would have been able to throw him out.
Now,
maybe it was barehanded. I don't know.
Yeah, once that ball gets past the pitcher, though, you know, with his speed, especially from the left side, you know, it's going to take a unbelievable play to get him. And oh, look, Machado did everything he could. I mean, what do you do? What do you do better than that? Uh-oh. They going to challenge that or
no?
not?
I think they did look at it. I think the only thing you could have done is barehanded, but I don't even know if that would have helped because he has such a plus arm. And Reese loops one out toward left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Cesar will stop at second. Still nobody out here in the 6th inning. Runners on 1st and 2nd. And Buck is coming out. And that's going to be it for Gausman. Paul Fry has been warming up in the bullpen, so it looks like he's coming in. So a pitching change here at Camden Yards, with the Phillies on top 5-0. We'll be back with a new pitcher right after this. A peek at Jorge Alfaro's home run. It was a long one, John. 421 feet is the estimated distance.
Yeah, that exit velocity of almost 110 miles an hour, and that's, you know, that's something that you know, with the bat speed of Jorge Alfaro, that the fact that he doesn't have to overswing to hit it that far. And like I said, you just keep talking about, you know, bottling that swing up and putting that, you know, that mental image of that swing in his head where I don't have to swing hard to hit it far.
Yeah, I mean, he's very comfortable tonight. That double the opposite way was a good swing too. All right, so Paul Fry takes over for Gausman, who goes 5+, allows 12 hits. And now it'll be Odubel Herrera, lefty on lefty. Odubel, Carlos Santana, Nick Williams are the next 3 scheduled hitters. Odubel lines it out to left field. Peterson is there to make the catch. And one out here in the 6th inning. And Carlos Santana is due up next. Fastball, and it's in there. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Back toward the mound. Fry has it, goes to second for one, and they'll go to first base for the double play. 1-4-3. Phillies settle for the run off the bat of Jorge Alfaro. It's a long one. It's his third hit of the night, second extra base hit of the evening. Phillies finish with 3 hits overall. They leave one. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th in a 5-0 Phillies lead. Is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Well, Wayne and the Oriole man. What's his name, John? Mustafa? They're getting involved in a little in-between innings dance competition.
Well, let me defend my cousin Wayne there. You know, people say, oh, now he's acting like a celebrity and whatever because we put him on TV. He was on the dance cam on the thing, so he just did what was asked of him. He danced.
They don't put you on the dance cam just to sit there. They want you to do something.
That's right. Wayne's he's a man of the people, Tom. He's a pleaser. He wanted to make sure.
Murphy, got an update on Wayne?
Well, I do. So I was walking around the outfield there, and I will tell you, there is at least as many Phillies fans as Oriole fans in this ballpark tonight. There are Phillies fans everywhere, and I've had 3 different groups of people stop me and say, hey, Murph, we had a chance to take our picture with Wayne tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I swear, 3 different groups of people said that they took pictures with Wayne tonight.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Murph, there's people on social media wanting to know if the Phillies would be ever think about doing a bobblehead for him.
I love it.
3 balls and 1 strike. Maybe that could be one of the theme nights.
Well, I tell you what, hey, out with the old and in with the new. We might be pushing Fanatic out the door.
All right, let's not go crazy, John.
Wayne could be our new mascot, cousin Wayne.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with a creative Twitter handle for him. Murph.
I think we have it. There's a line drive out to left field. Williams on the run, and he won't get it. It's off the base of the wall. Beckham on his way to second base is there. Standing. Was there a play there? It looked like there may have been a play there. That is the 7th double of the year for Beckham.
Tom.
I mean, Williams does a good job here.
A great throw. One hop right to Cesar. I don't know. No play.
No play.
No, we're going to live with that.
All right, here's Jonathan Scope, who's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. and it's no balls and 1 strike. That's not the same photo from before.
Nope, that's brand new.
Out towards shortstop. Kingery has it. He looks Beckham over to third. If it was a closer game, he might have had a play over at third base.
Possibly, yes, but that's smart play, getting out.
Time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz Answer. All right, John, here we go. What 4 teams is Buck Showalter managed?
Well, he started with the Yankees.
Yankees, yep, that's number
And
1.
then he
That's
went-
where I first met him.
Yeah, and then he went to the D-backs.
Yep. Basically planted the seed for everything of the
Yeah,
Diamondbacks.
and then he went to Texas and helped build a winner there. And now, of course, here in Baltimore.
Yep. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Really annoying. I'd have to leave in about the 7th, all right? I'm gonna have to go take that banner down and take it with
Oh,
it
yeah.
to Miami.
You got to roll it up. You don't want to leave it laying around.
Well, you don't want anyone to climb up that building and take it, Tom, you know, unless it's Wayne.
Outside.
Well, you like to think that he's probably taken here, but we've seen stranger things this year, haven't we, on 3-0?
He was taken. Machado's grounded out twice. The Phillies are playing the infield back. They'll trade the out for the run. Up 5-0. Back toward the middle. It hits Pivetta on the foot. He throws to Alfaro and the run scores. Alfaro was telling him to go to first. Hopefully Nick's okay. Ball's hit sharply.
Yeah, why? That's the second ball. Machado's hit up the middle. First at bat, he hit that hard grounder past Nick, and I think that hit him on the bottom of the spikes.
I think that did also. It'll be an infield hit and an RBI. That is the 64th RBI.
Or in the heel, maybe in the heel.
Going on contact from third base. Alfaro wasn't anywhere near the plate. If he was, they had a play. But he was telling Nick to go to first, but it just was happening way too quickly. So that is okay. Sean Fakasny, Phillies athletic trainer, and Gabe Kapler came out. Adam Jones is 0 for 2.
Nice to get a double play ball here, and you don't want them to think they're still in it. You know, that's.
Well, no doubt, because they are a team that strikes out a lot, but they also can hit the long ball.
They can, and that's, you keep them around. You walk a guy and then a bloop single and then a home run. They can strike quickly.
don't want to get anybody up in the bullpen just yet. He's at 88 pitches. He didn't go deep his last time out, so they could push him here. But the pushing part will happen in about 10 or 15 pitches, not now. Little roller back towards shortstop. Kingery has it, flips to second for one, over to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play. And that will wrap up this 6th inning. A run does score on the infield hit. We'll move to the 7th inning. It's the Phillies 5 and the Orioles 1. Well, the Phillies are all smiles right now as we take a look at our Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. We're on to the top of the 7th inning. It's 5-1 Phillies over the Orioles. Nick Pivetta has struck out 5. He's allowed just 3 hits over 6 innings. As Pivetta was coming off the mounds, he talked to the umpire about the footing on his landing spot. And the umpires brought the grounds crew out and they raked it up a little bit. And as Fry was warming up, he was asked about it. I think he's telling him that his foot probably lands a little differently than where Pivetta's does. A smaller lefty. Nick through 6 innings has been very good for the Phils. Couple that with the outing last night of Velasquez, 6 scoreless innings. Tonight it's 6 innings, 1 run. Two balls and 1 strike to Williams. Two and 2. Little floater out toward left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit for Williams. That's Nick's first hit of the day. The Phillies now have 13 hits in this game. Come to Citizens Bank Park to see the Phillies take on the San Diego Padres for the only home weekend in July. Friday, July 20th, that's 7:05 first pitch. Saturday, the 21st, is also a 7:05 first pitch. It's photo night, and also all the young fans receive the W.B. Mason collectible truck. Sunday, the 22nd, the Pico socks to be given out to all fans. Visit Phillies.com to purchase your ticket now.
When's the photo thing?
That's the second game. That's Saturday night.
Okay.
Bronco a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Two-shirt day, Johnny.
Well, depending. Could be a
three-shirt day.
Be a stand-up triple. Yep. So we got two guys that haven't gotten hits yet.
We got Franco
and Altair.
Yeah.
Do this inning.
0-2 with a breaking ball. Phillies have 13 hits. They had 12 hits against Kevin Gausman. It's the first time this year they've had 12 hits against a starting pitcher in a ball game. And a line drive out to left field. Peterson won't get it. It'll drop for a hit. And now first and second. So now it's only Altair that has not picked up a hit. And Scott Kingery is coming up. He has 3 hits. Let's take a peek at those 3 hits.
A little jam shot down the first base line past Mancini, and another jam shot that he just bloops into no man's land. And one more for good measure, another bloop. Looked like it hit in about the same spot. Scope thought he had a shot at that one. Great effort, but didn't quite get there. It's a 3-hit night for Scotty.
And another pitching change for the Orioles. We'll be back with the new right-hander right after this. For the Orioles threw a couple warm-up tosses. The umpires asked him how he felt the landing spot was. So the clay must be loose. You know, they re-clay the mound after every game. That whole area, that bottom area where they land, and also the area around the pitching rubber. So that's all clay, and they're going to pound it in. So for some reason it must be loose, and that's why they've been working with it. There's an art to it, John.
Yeah, we do it after every game.
Softball field?
Yeah. Home, you know, the batter's box.
Yes.
Our pitcher circle.
Well, while there's a delay because Castro still has to warm up, we'll remind you that Friday, August 17th, when the Mets are coming to town. It's a 6:05 start. Now, after the game, stay for a free post-game concert featuring ACM award-winning band Old Dominion. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. Enhance your experience by purchasing a field pass to enjoy the show up close from the infield. Tickets and field passes are on sale now at Phillies.com/Old Dominion. All right, so Castro says it's okay. Those are his numbers. This is his 38th game. He's 2-5 with a 3.10 earned run average. Buck Showalter's third pitcher used in this game. Talking to Roger McDowell, the pitching coach. Coaching staff that Buck has. I mean, we've mentioned Roger McDowell, that he is his pitching coach. It's not his long-time pitching coach. Roger, of course, was a long-time pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves. But he has the Phillies connection, as well as John Russell, his bench coach.
Yep.
Kingery shows bunt, bunts it foul, and it's 0-1. JR played for the Phillies in the big leagues, 84 to 88. That's where he made his major league debut. He also managed in the big leagues with the Pittsburgh Pirates. A slider in there, 0-2.
Scotty got him right where he wants him.
This is one of those nights if you're Scotty, you don't want it to end. You want to keep on hitting because you've raised your average 8 points, and maybe another hit you can raise it a couple more. Just a bit outside. Ground ball over to the third base side, foul.
Guy has an Orioles hat and a Phillies shirt on.
I guess depending on how the game went, which one he would.
Tough for him to lose. Tough to finish in first place too. He's going to be a 500 team at the end of the night, Tom.
Scott fouls it back. It remains 1-2. Over to first base. Mancini goes to second for one. Nobody's covered first, so that's all they'll get. Over to third base goes Williams. 3-6 of the putout. A fielder's choice for Kingery.
Where was Castro on that one?
I think he was a little late getting over to the pack. You said, John, it's not the Christmas of games.
No, this is not going to go in the old folder, the binder of the Oriole or Phillies way.
All So now Altair. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Gabe just asked if that ball hit the dirt. A bouncer over to shortstop. Machado to second for one. Over to first. In time, a double play. 6-4-3 double play. And that'll wrap up the seventh. It's time to stretch here in Baltimore. Phillies up 5-1. The Orioles, the final time they meet this year, and it's been Nick Pivetta. I mean, Pivetta has looked real strong. I mean, think about where he was his last time out, but he's been very good against these Orioles for a second time.
Yeah, and especially in that second inning when he had to work out a couple errors, a wild pitch that probably Alfaro should have blocked, but hey, he worked his way out of it. He's been really good, and Nick Pivetta is our Toyota turning point in the game, and when you needed someone to give you some length in this game, you know, here he is going into the seventh inning with 89 pitches. He gets through this inning, and you know, now, you know, it's you don't have to overtax your bullpen.
Well, here's Chris Davis, who is 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out, and he lines the first pitch back, and it's 0-1.
Came whistling back here, didn't he?
Colin, come on over here. Just stand right here. And if Chris Davis hits a foul ball back, you have to catch it right here. All right, Colin, right there. You got to protect John.
Can you catch?
You can catch. Here. Hold this as your. This will be your glove.
Be your glove.
Don't break your hand. Your mom will kill us. Okay. Yep.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
You're left-handed? Oh, okay.
So if the ball comes winging back here, you're going to catch it with your left hand.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well for me. I've seen his reflexes. I don't think he can get it.
We've seen his dad's reflexes
well,
too.
Yeah, well, and his dad's athletic skill.
Right.
But can you reach across quick enough before it hits me in the face? No.
Got to tie it in some kind of a knot here so it stays loose. All right, he's down on strikes. We'll call you back if we need you. Get this. It's like a cast. All right, Colin, congratulations on surviving John Kruk's internship program. Hold on to that for later on.
Don't forget the mentoring program.
Right.
I've been mentoring.
Get untangled.
Murph was out in the hallway on the phone. We were standing outside, and I had my arm around him. That ball, I could hear Murray. Hold on, I gotta go.
That ball is past Franco. Looks like Wayne's slowing down a little bit, John.
It's all about pacing, Tom. He probably needs a rest from walking up and down to the beer stand multiple times.
Well, Trumbo's aboard. The Phillies have Tommy Hunter, and Adam Morgan was up before, but Tommy Hunter is up now. A bouncer foul.
Put it this way with Wayne, as muggy as it was here today, that second one ain't getting cold or ain't getting warm.
Very true. There's Tommy.
What's it like getting more FaceTime than TV today than your dad?
You have got more FaceTime to your dad. Your dad's having some technical problems. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Murph, are you back wired up again?
I am back and wired up again, and I am jealous of Colin.
How do you feel about us having him catch a foul ball if it comes up here?
I think you're in good hands.
All right.
He's a good athlete. It'll be fun.
A breaking ball and a strike 3 call.
John's mentoring program I can do without.
You haven't seen any benefits yet, huh?
No, not so much.
A good backdoor breaking ball right here by Pavetta to get Cisco staring away. It's been good.
Yeah, it'd be nice to finish up this inning and let the bullpen finish the last 6 outs. Mancini takes outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
You work for Union Scale. If we put headsets on you, will you not charge us a bump?
We'll just have to somehow feed him over the weekend.
Making a trip to Miami. Making a trip to Miami,
yeah,
yes.
Colin's coming to Miami. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball's hit out to center field. Odubel going back, and it is gone. 2-run home run, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. All right, so this is tightening up somewhat here. So we mentioned you can't take your foot off the pedal.
No, not against these guys. Not one bit, and that's exactly why.
Dave Kepler is peeking in the dugout. Here he comes. So I think that's going to be it for Pavetta.
He tried to get, looked like he tried to wanted that away a little bit, and just didn't get there.
All right, so 6 2/3 for Pavetta. His night is done. 102 pitches. We got a pitching change. Tommy Hunter's coming in, where the Phillies on top 5-3. 5-0 lead, and the Orioles have scored 3 unanswered runs, including a 2-run home run by Trey Mancini, his 12th home run of the year. And now Tommy Hunter, the former Oriole, who's made 2 tours down here in Baltimore. He is on to face Jace Peterson. 4.55 earned run average for Tommy Hunter. Phillies had kind of taken the foot off the pedal offensively. Aside from the home run by Alfaro, they certainly had base runners. But now they need the bullpen. That ball is drilled. This is a 1-run game. It is now 5-4 here in the 7th inning. That is the 3rd home run for Peterson.
Cutter that, this wasn't where you needed it, and we hear it a lot, we say it a lot. Mislocation, still got to hit it.
Yep. There's Franco at 3rd, and the inning is over. But 3 runs have scored in the inning for the Orioles. 2 home runs will go to the 8th. The Phils need some insurance, up by 1. ShopChooseNissan.com and by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Phillies lead at 5-4 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. This was one earlier in the ballgame. This is one of the better plays we'll see all year.
Yeah, an unbelievable play by Beckham. But watch it throw. It's more, he didn't even hardly use his legs. I mean, watch his, just basically threw it flat-footed across his body, but threw a perfect strike to Mancini at first base. Great play by Beckham. That is our top Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. He's
becoming a star in his own.
He went from ours to theirs.
Yeah,
Tom.
ours to theirs. We passed the torch. Alfaro leads it off, and he takes the first pitch strike from Tanner Scott. Alfaro is 3 for 3. He has single, doubled, and has a home run. He has 3 RBIs tonight. Sir Anthony Dominguez, or is that Ramos? Looks like it's Ramos now warming up in the bullpen. Over to third base. Beckham backs up on it, and the throw to first gets by Trey Mancini, so Alfaro will be safe. Phils have a leadoff base runner aboard. Now Alfaro provided us, John, with our giant home run replay his last time up.
Yeah, and you thought this might have been putting an early squash on this game, but they have come back. The Orioles have, but
over toward the hole, backhanded by Machado to second for one, over to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play. Man, did Scope unleash a throw from second?
yeah, I mean that's that's to me, because of the new slide rules and the whole thing, Jonathan Scope takes full advantage of it. I mean, he catches, there's no concern with Alfaro taking him out, so he can just wheel and get on that back foot and throw a rocket over there without the thought of getting taken out. But again, that's a big man, and got a cannon to work with.
All right, now it's Hoskins, who is 1 for 4. Oh, and 2. This guy's got some movement on that breaking ball.
And he threw that first fastball to Reese at 98, I think. Is that what I saw? Or am I seeing things?
No, you saw right. Let's hope J.P. Crawford's okay.
He's leaving. Wait for this at bat to come back.
Inside, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. And the Phillies are retired here in the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. Middle of the 8th inning. Edelbry Ramos is on with the Phillies up 5-4. ticket offer Friday, July 20th, when the San Diego Padres come to town. 2 tickets for $27 in select seating areas. Limited time only. Offer ends on July 18th. Visit Phillies.com/NOLA27 to get this offer now. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Phillies lead it by 1. Phillies have 5 runs on 14 hits. They've committed 2 errors. The Orioles 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error.
That's a huge inning right here. Scope, Machado, Jones. You're hitting right in the heart of this order with a 1-run lead. I don't know, too. Besides Sir Anthony, Ramos is the guy.
Yeah, Adam Morgan's warming up now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Sir Anthony is going to be for the 9th inning.
Yes, but Adam probably he's warming up for Davis. That's
yes,
for sure.
Out to center field, playable for Odubel, and 1 out here in the 8th inning. And let's check in with Greg Murphy with the Major League Notebook. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. Brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, and the Angels certainly have had their share of injuries this season. You can add Garrett Richards to the list. The team announced today that he will need Tommy John surgery. He is coming off of pitching that last game where he had injured his elbow. He is the 6th Angel pitcher to have a UCL injury this year. 6. 5 of them had to have Tommy John surgery. And also, did you see the story about biometric ticketing coming to Major League Baseball in 2019? You might just need your fingerprint or your facial recognition to get into a Major League ballpark as they start a pilot program next year. Just a couple of ballparks next year, but soon, who knows? Might be in every ballpark in America. Just your fingerprint or that John, your pretty face gets you into the ballpark. How about that?
How do you feel about that, Johnny?
Honestly,
yeah,
could care less.
There's one off the end of the bat. Williams is playing deep, and it'll drop in for a hit. Second hit for Machado.
So that means that teams can limit their number of employees, or will there still be the same amount of employees? So you can just walk in and scan, right? Scan your finger.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, there's certain parts of ballparks that have that now, where you can just use your finger to get in. You have to put your fingerprint down. So the technology is there to expand it. Technology. Adam Jones, the batter.
Here's the issue with Gabe. If he decides to bring in Adam to get Davis, and say there's only 1 out or 2 outs at the time.
Well, I think they're going to get Sir Anthony up then for Trumbo, right?
Yeah, I mean, someone's getting up now. I think, is that Sir Anthony getting up now?
Yeah, it is Dominguez. One ball and no strikes to Jones. Jones is 0 for 3. Hit into a double play his last time up. And it's 2-0. Meanwhile, the Orioles have Zach Britton warming up in their bullpen. Fouled back. 2-1. There is Britton. Also a topic of conversations as far as the trade deadline goes.
fastball right there by Ramos. I have a feeling he's going to go right back to that slider, though. That's his pitch.
Gonna throw a good one. Out to left center field. It'll be playable for Herrera. Machado tags it first. Herrera makes the catch. Machado's going to second. Then he puts the brakes on. And there are 2 outs.
What was O'Doodle doing out there?
I don't know. I think he was apologizing to Williams or saying something to Nick Williams.
This might watch it. Like he calls it. You see the hand out. He calls it.
Or just joking with Williams.
I guess, like you know, maybe he's trying to deke Machado into going, but Machado thinking he might be closer to the wall.
All right, so Gabe is going to go to Adam Morgan with 2 outs here in the 8th inning to face Chris Davis. So a pitching change in a 1-run game. The Phillies hanging on to a 5-4 margin here at the bottom of the 8th inning. Gabe Kapler has decided to go to Adam Morgan. Aderbry Ramos gave up 1 hit, got 2 outs at his 2/3 of an inning. So now Morgan with a 5.25 earned run average. Lefties are hitting .277 against Adam. Adam pitched in last night's ball game and faced Michael Conforto of the Mets and got him to ground out. Davis is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice, and he's grounded out to Santana over at first base. And a first pitch in there. It's 0-1. He got away with one there. That was a high strike called by the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett. So now your thoughts, John, after throwing back-to-back sliders, one that was good, the other one was up.
I think you got to try fastball freezing. Fastball into freezing. I think you get a call third.
You're going to go fastball up and away. Yeah, that one was too far up. It was the other way, though. And it's 1-2.
You have to think now it's going to be a slider again.
Yeah, I would think so too.
2.
At the end of the bat, it was a slider. Hittable slider too.
Yeah, he had a couple he could hit.
Machado leads off first, and he throws the bat at the baseball. Davis does, and he fouls it back behind home plate. That did not break. He just threw the bat at it to stay alive.
Tom, it's been an interesting game. We've seen a lot of things.
Yes, we have.
That's another one. I think he was trying to hit that ball the other way.
I think he was just trying to survive. Two balls and two strikes here at the bottom of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. He got it with the slider. And Adam Morgan leaves a runner over at first base. No runs, one hit, and one man left. Well, it's a tight game, and no pitch was tighter than that one. We'll go to the 9th. Anniversary of the 2008 World Series Championship on Toyota Phillies Alumni Day, Sunday, August 5th versus the Miami Marlins. That's a 1:35 first pitch. Brad Lidge bobble figurine will be given out to all fans. You can get tickets like any other game by going to Phillies.com. We move on to the top of the 9th inning here in Baltimore. And the Phillies hanging on to a 1-run lead. They led it 5-0, but up 5-4. And the first pitch is in there to Odubel, and it's 0-1. Tanner Scott is still pitching. Britton was warming up, but he has sat down, and now Brad Brock is loosening up in the bullpen. Oh, 2. It does seem as if the Phillies are going to use Sir Anthony in the bottom of the 9th inning. Maybe they can get to the point where they can blow it open, just like they thought they had earlier. Dominguez is not warming up right now. He may pop up with 1 or 2 outs. Odubel to the right side, and Scope with his glove hand. 4-3 on the putout. And 1 away for Carlos Santana. it does indeed look like Sir Anthony's now starting to get himself up and throwing again.
Yeah, you'd love to see the Phillies add on, and even one. You know, we keep talking about the Orioles, that quick score capabilities they have.
Santana pops it up on the right side. It'll drop for a hit. Scope gave way to Mancini, and Mancini really wasn't anywhere near the baseball. I'm sure they've seen that look a million times this year. That's Scope's ball, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, especially the way that ball's drifted. It's drifted back. It looks like it drifted back towards Scope.
Yeah, right there when he looked at it.
And no one called it.
I mean, Mancini, last time we saw them, was playing the outfield.
They give that a hit.
That is a hit. The Alfaro one, by the way, John, is. Oh, they announced E3. That's remarkable. I really don't think I've seen that before. And I'm honest with you on that. Usually, when something happens like that and it's a misjudge, like that, it usually is a hit.
Is wrong.
What? You know, I would agree that somebody should have made that play. Really interesting. Well, Alfaro's last inning was also an E5. It had been late being put up on the board. Yeah, normally if there's something like that, John, if the ball glances off a glove, then you give it an error, but not when it's misjudged like that. A line drive to right field, and
wow.
Oh boy, Trumbo makes the catch. Makes it look interesting, and here comes Buck Showalter with Maikel Franco coming up. So Showalter's going to go to Brock, it looks like, who has been loosening up in the bullpen. So pitching change with 2 outs here in the 9th inning and a runner at first base. Brad Brock, the New Jersey native, is on to pitch for the Orioles. This game between the Phils and the Orioles on Pure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. We'll talk about Nick Pavetta's outing tonight. Phillies jumping out to a 5-0 lead, picking up 14 hits and hopefully picking up a victory. Maikel Franco is on to face Brad Brock, who went to Monmouth University.
Is he from the great Garden State, Tom?
Yeah. Played his collegiate summer ball on the same team that my boys played on, the Freehold Clippers. He's turned himself into a pretty nice relief pitcher here in the big leagues. 0-1 to Maikel Franco, and he fouls another one away. It's 0-2. reminder tomorrow, John, we're not here in Baltimore. We're in Miami.
We're not?
On NBC 10, 7 o'clock. Jake Arrieta on the hill for the Phillies. Wei-Yin Chen on the mound for the Marlins.
Jake pitches like he did against his last outing against the Pirates.
Yeah.
Take that all day.
Slow bouncer out to shortstop. Machado will take care of Michael. And that takes care of the Phillies here in the top of the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. So it's now time for the bottom of the 9th inning. Sir Anthony Dominguez with the Phils hanging on to a 1-run lead. Internet in Philadelphia. Here is Sir Anthony Dominguez on to try to close out this 9th inning lead. They're trying to get the fans to dance a little bit here, which the Philly fans are. And this crowd is made up, well, I think a pretty good amount of it have been Philly fans. Now the kids have found Wayne and Mustafa. Who was that? Mustafa. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez will have Trumbo to deal with first, then Chan Cisco and Trey Mancini. The bookend guys, Trumbo and Mancini, are the two that have clear pop. Now the first pitch, it's breaking ball. Off the end of the bat, foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's the thing with Trumbo too, is he, we know he's got unbelievable power, but he has unbelievable power at all fields. And we know Sir Anthony throws that 4-seamer that cuts. You have to kind of guard against Trumbo going the other way with it. The other way.
2 balls and 1 strike. Over to first base, big hop for Santana, 3 unassisted, 1 away. He put that ball in play pretty hard the opposite way.
And we'll take that. Nice easy one for Carlos. Yeah, you're a first baseman. You get one of these, it's just like, felt like you didn't Didn't participate in the play.
Ball and 1 strike. Cisco waits and fouls it back 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him at 99. 2 outs.
We talk about it often with Sir Anthony. 99 with some movement down. That's just incredible.
Try to slider to Mancini, get him off the fastball. One ball, no strikes, in the pitch to Mancini. And he fouls it back 1-1. Mancini, a 2-run home run his last time up, his 12th of the year, 26 runs batted in. The win tonight, the Phils will be back in first place. The Braves are off. And the 1-1 fouled away. It's 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. He stays alive by just getting a piece of it and fouling it toward the Phillies on deck circle. And again the 1-2. Popped him up. Out toward first base. Santana's under it, and the ball game is over. The Phils win it 5-4. As they hang on to win the season series over the Orioles 4-0. And they take over first place again in the National League East by a half game over the Atlanta Braves. Well, it was nice to visit Baltimore, as it turned out, as the Phils bounce back after last night's tough loss to the Mets with a 5-4 victory tonight over the Orioles. Jorge Alfaro is our Chevrolet player of the game, a single, double, home run, and 3 runs batted in for the Phillies. Well, at one point this was kind of a laugher for the Phils. They were up 5-0, but as we mentioned throughout, you can't sleep on the power that the Orioles have, and they climbed to within 1 before the Phils finished it off. Time now for our W. Mason deliveries of the game. We begin in the 4th inning.